standing on two.
I'm thankful for you, 'cause you stand so strong and have my back even though I'm wrong. I'm thankful for you,
And without you I'd be a mess, man, or nothing at all.
let me start by saying
What up? What up? It's your boy AG the Dad with Shit Talking Sundays, and we're here with
Big Twizzle, my nizzles, up in the man cave.
Yes. Hey man, this is part 2, man.
This is part 2 with Malcolm Lawrence, and we are talking about who are the Israelites. He says the blacks, the Native Americans, so-called Hispanics. Let's get back into it with Malcolm Lawrence. And before we bring him on, I would like to introduce a brother that is here with us, is blessing us with his presence, Mr. 365. Where you at, brother?
Yo, man, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here in the man cave, my brother.
Oh man, happy to have you. We blessed with your presence. I would like you to come back and to be an oncoming, of a special guest. You come on anytime with the platform. And you know what? I'm gonna let you talk about your credentials. Please let the viewers know who you are, what you're about, and any promotion that you want to put out there, go on and throw it out, man. Go on, do your thing, brother.
Most definitely. For those that don't know, my name is Chauncey _Mr. 365. I am a consultant and business funding guru. I teach you the power of leveraging not only personal credit and business credit. I show you how to create generational wealth through various of different instruments, whether it be life insurance, maybe investing, maybe just setting yourself up with passive and semi-passive revenues of business, and just giving you the proper structure and breakdown on that. Just teaching financial literacy, the type of financial literacy that you can't Google, and the type of game that we wasn't taught in school. If you want to learn more, definitely go check out PennCorp. That's PENNCORP, PennCorp LLC.com. My IG is Chauncey, CHAUNCIE _ Mr. 365. That's on IG, that's on Facebook. We also got a Credit to Cash Masterclass where I show you, me and my partner, shout out to Mr. Royal Credit, where we show you how to take your personal credit and get paid from having personal credit. You know what I mean? Anywhere from $500 to $1,300 a month. We go over MSing, how to travel for free, how to bring down your monthly overhead of your house, how to hit sign-on bonuses, man, and just much more. So definitely check us out. We got that class that'll be going down next month on the 4th through the 10th. Don't quote me on those dates, but we do have the waiting list in my bio on my IG, brother.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate that. That's Black excellence right there for you. That's
Absolutely.
Black excellence, family. Black empowerment show coming soon, and he will be all in it, all over it.
Yes,
Check
sir.
us out, man. Hey, I appreciate you blessing us with your presence. Would you like to stick around for the part 2 of the show?
Oh yeah, man. Pleasure's all mine, man. Pleasure's all mine, my brother.
My man over here on Shit Talking Sundays in the Man Cave with AG the Dad, Big
AG,
Twizz.
yep.
Look, what? I
And
said
then,
AG the Dad and Big Twizz.
that's right. That's right. Mr.
I got it,
365 in
brother.
the house.
I got it. Did I
Mr.
get it, man?
365 in the
Man,
house,
it's a
you know.
blessing, man, to be
Yes,
here
yes,
with the
yes.
brothers.
Hey, but we need to go ahead and bring on Brother Malcolm, the guru of part 1. Brother Malcolm, how you doing today?
Fine. How you doing, brother? Shalom, shalom.
Yes, yes, yes. Brother Malcolm, brother Mr. 365. We're gonna bring him in so we can have another perspective.
No doubt. It's all on you,
Yeah,
Brother
okay.
Malcolm.
All righty. Here we go. I'm going to let me get my phone, get to this book. Let me get to my library real fast. Okay. I gotta grab them. Give me 1 second. I thought I had my book of this book right here with me. I just gotta reach into my bag real fast here.
Don't reach into your bag. You good? All right.
yes, yes, yes. So Big Twizz. I see that your team didn't do very well.
Man, why you gonna get on my team? I know something else that ain't doing very well, but we gonna keep that on us. Man, leave my shirt alone, man.
Hey man, the proof is in the pudding, man. You know what I'm saying? You need evidence. The evidence is how your team played. But you know what?
Hey, I'm
just-
a donkey till I die, man. I'll be that jackass for the day. I'm all right with it.
It's all good. It's all good. You know,
I look like a bag of oranges. I'm in the back of somebody's seat
hey, but hey,
with a Mother Mary statue up on the dashboard. I know it's okay though. It's okay though.
look. While we're waiting for Brother Malcolm to come back, we might as well utilize this time to give some good educational advice. Hey man, brother, Mr. 365, brother Chancey, what do you think? Someone who 18 years old, fresh out of school, what would your advice be to them for the first move they should make coming out of high school? I mean, 60 seconds.
Right.
Really just depends on what they trying to build, but at your young age, we definitely know resources is a power tool. So you definitely need to be surrounding yourself by high value and high activity executioners, people who are truly chasing goals of where he's trying to be, so he can infiltrate that structure, see how they're moving, go ahead and rub elbows with those individuals. Hopefully his parents had put him in position to where they had him as an authorized user, so his credit is kind of in position. But if not, definitely take the time out to build your credit, man. I would check out the 0% book, How to Meet Your Straw Man. I would take the time out and actually check out a couple of these statutes and laws and learning the legalese and learning the laws of the land.
Right on. Right on.
Definitely.
Don't you have a link tree?
Most definitely.
Yeah, give them that, man, because this is free 90 free
game for
free
real.
game.
Yeah, most definitely.
Mr.
If you
365.
do go to my IG, Chauncey _ Mr. 365 _ and if you go down to my link tree in that bio, I do give plenty of free game. We have a free Facebook group where I be dropping off 24 inquiry removals, how to get stuff off your credit in 24 hours. That's given away free in there. I give a free lenders list which tells you which bank pulls from which bureau, what credit score you got to have to apply for which card. So that way you kind of got a cheat sheet and you'll never, ever be denied.
Wow.
I teach my students how to acquire anywhere from 13 to 15 cards, only using 1 to 2 inquiries. You know what I mean? Versus you going to apply for 1 card, get that 1 inquiry. Now your credit score done came down because you done got that inquiry. You know what I mean? And then you go and try to apply for another card. The chances of you getting that card has lowered because they already see you shopping. You know, so there's ways to move within the system to where you can get all those cards with only using 1 or 2 inquiries.
Right.
So you know, as you know, I'm very big on education, man.
Right. And you know, when we do that one show, the Black Excellence, we gonna touch a lot deeper into that. Big Twizz, your boy, I think he's ready.
Black empowerment, brother.
Right.
Yeah, we are Black Excellence, but the show, Black Empowerment. That's what's up. Yeah, that's cool. All right, brother Malcolm, you good? You straight?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, brother. I'm ready.
All right, it's all on you, Cat Daddy. Let's get it.
All righty. I'm gonna go more into the book of the 10 Tribes of Israel by Timothy R. Jenkins. What pages? This is page 70. I'm gonna go into this, and then I'm gonna go into some scripture, and we'll tie some things together here. So here we go.
Do your thing, brother. It's all on you.
It is said among their principal this is about the Native Americans, right? So it is said among their principal or beloved men that they have it handed down from their ancestors that the book which the white people have was once theirs, that while they had it, they prospered exceedingly, but that the white people taught it of them, bought it of them, and learned many things from it, while the Indians lost their credit, offended the Great Spirit, and suffered exceedingly from the neighboring nations, that the Great Spirit took pity on them and directed them to this country, that on their way they came to a great river which they could not pass when God dried up the waters, and they passed over dry shod. They also see that their forefathers were possessed of an extraordinary divine spirit by which they foretold future events and controlled the common course of nature. And this they transmitted to their offspring on condition of their obeying the sacred laws, that they did by these means bring down showers of plenty on the dear people, but that this power for a long time past had entirely ceased. Okay, so now they said that the Bible that the white men have was once theirs, right? So now we're going to the Book of Mormon. And if people do the research, I'm going to give you some quotes as a book. The Book of Mormon is a book that comes out of Africa. And now here's the proof right here. I'm going to give you these 2 books you should inquire or read. And if you do the research in these books, it shows you that Ethiopia, Eritrea, and like Egypt still hold these tribal names and have the traditions and have the history of this book. And then when I read this from this book, it's gonna you tell me after I read it if you think this was a white man's book or whatever. Just tell me after I read it. There's nobody.
And what's the name of the book again and the author?
This book, the book I'm going to read from the book of. I'm getting the author of the book right now. Sorry, I'm getting that right now for you. Sorry.
Okay,
we get that for you right now.
Because this isn't the Bible you're reading from. You're reading from
I'm reading from the Book of Mormon, but I'm going to read from the Book of Mormon. But I'm going to give people the information where they can go read these books, because I know people know the Book of Mormon, whatever, right? So, but I'm giving information to show information. Let me slow down here. Give them the information to show. Go read these couple of books here, and then they can voice their opinion. And then after I read the scriptures, the Mormon doctrine is nowhere in this book, just like Christianity is nowhere in the Bible, basically. So here we go. The first book is 80 Reasons Why the Book of Mormon is an African Bible by Mbeyi Melican. And then the other book that he has is the African Bible. The African Bible, the Book of Mormon, is African Bible by Mbeyi Melican. So read those books and just do your research before you criticize or even believe me. But do the research and look. But now I'm gonna read from this Book of Mormon from First Nephi. It's going to relate to kind of what the Indians said about the book that the white men had was once theirs. And also when you read the scriptures, you'll see that several books were removed. And that happened in the 1800s when the Spanish Inquisition took down our forefathers, the ancestors of the Moors, and they removed those books. Before then, those books were all part of the canon or part of the book. It wasn't really necessarily a New Testament, Old Testament type, how they divided up for, kind of like that. Those names didn't exist. There was more books than that. Let's see, we go. Bam. This is First Nephi chapter 13. Nephi sees in his vision the church of the devil set up among the Gentiles, the discovery and colonizing of America, the loss of many plain and precious parts of the Bible, the resultant state of the Gentile apostasy, the restoration of the gospel, the coming forth of latter-day scripture, and the building up of Zion, about 600 to 592 BC, as this was written. And it came to pass that the angel spake unto me, saying, Look, and I looked, and beheld many nations and kingdoms. And the angel said unto me, Well beholdest thou? And I said, I behold many nations and kingdoms. He said unto me, These are the nations and kingdoms of the Gentiles. And it came to pass that I saw among the nations of the Gentiles the formation of a great church. And the angel said unto me, Behold, the formation of a church is the most abominable above all other churches, which slayeth the saints of God, yea, and tortureth them, and bindeth them down, and yoketh them down with the yoke of iron, and bringeth them down into captivity. There's your Spanish Inquisition right there. This is the Roman Catholic Church doing what they did to the Moors. This is your Inquisition being spoke of right here in the scriptures. So you tell me if the white man wrote this. Why would he tell himself? And this is, it's our book. And it came to pass that I beheld this great and abominable church, and I saw the devil, that he was the founder of it. And I also saw gold and silver and silks and scarlets and fine twined linen and all manner of precious clothing. And I saw many harlots. And the angel spake unto me, and saying, Behold, the gold and the silver and the silks and the scarlets and the fine twined linen and the precious clothing and the harlots are the desires of this great and abominable church. And also for the praise of the world do they destroy the saints of God and bring them down into captivity. So, bam, he's talking about them destroying the saints of God, bringing them captivity. This church did this. We know the Roman Catholic Church brought the Moors down. But he says for the praise of the world. So that's going to the scripture. It says all nations were conspired. All nations would consent to take us into captivity. So that's going to that. When Rome took us down, all nations rejoiced. And then you find out that India and all these people had slave trading posts as well when you go into the books. One being the African slave ships that came from Judah. You'll find that India had a slave post in the kingdom of Judah as well, in Savi.
Is that okay? When you say they had a slave post as well, who enslaved the children of Israel first? Well, let's say this: the whites learned from the Arabs, right?
Arabs, right? The Arabs had slavery first. Exactly. I have a book on that too. And guess what? Guess who was the Arabs had in slavery as well? The Red Indian. It describes them in color. The Red Indian was on them ships with them niggas going into Saudi Arabia, into Africa as captives.
Okay.
Yep.
Go in, brother.
Okay. And also for the praise of the world do they destroy the saints of God and bring them down into captivity. And it came to pass that I looked, and I beheld many waters, and they divided the Gentiles from the seed of my brethren. And it came to pass that the angel of the Lord said unto me, Behold, the wrath of God is upon the seed of thy brethren. This is when the children, Israel broke the promises of God, because when you go into scriptures, they went there in second Esdras to be at peace and not do the things of the Gentiles anymore. But when you read the history of Israel, they eventually start doing it again. The movie Apocalypto kind of explains all that, but we'll go into that later. And I looked, and I beheld a man among the Gentiles who was separated from the seed of my brethren by the many waters. And I beheld the Spirit of God, that it came down and wrought upon the man. And he went forth upon the many waters, even unto the seed of my brethren who were in the promised land. This is your Columbus right here. And it came to pass that I beheld the Spirit of God, that it was wrought upon the other Gentiles. And they went forth out of captivity upon the many waters. Because you find that when you read books like Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, and you read the Black Jews of Africa and the Americas, the Gentiles, when they were trying to get to certain places in Africa and places like that, they the ships would capsize and things of that nature, so they couldn't get over here. And then in the realm of Prester John, there was this river that it flowed for 6 days, so no one could cross. The Sambayatin River that was spoken of in the book that we're speaking of, the Sambayatin River, after the word Sabbath, the Sambayatin River. But on the Sabbath, it stopped, and fire ran around this whole place for like a mile radius around that whole river, so nobody could cross over and come into our realms.
So the Book of Mormons, is that talking about just the 10 tribes pretty much? It's talking about, it goes into, it's just talking about the whole, all the tribes.
And it came to pass, but this is the book that's showing that they came here. And
Okay.
when you tie this all together, Aztec history, I'm going to that as well. And Quetzalcoatl, that's being Christ. When it speaks of Christ coming here in this book, that's who Quetzalcoatl is. Like when I read the description of him, it's going to be just like the description that they gave in that book by about the 10 tribes by the boy Worsley. They said the people that came with what's his name? Not Montezino. The Aztec guy, not Montezino. Is oh my God, whatever. But
It's okay.
yeah, he was just like them, dark, burnt from the sun, with all white garments on, with a white mitre on his head, and he had a beard. But here we go. All righty, continue reading from the Book of Mormon. And it came to pass that I beheld the multitude of the Gentiles upon the land of promise, and I beheld the wrath of God that it was upon the seed of my brethren, and they were scattered before the Gentiles and were smitten. And I beheld the Spirit of the Lord that it was upon the Gentiles, and they did prosper and obtain the land for their inheritance. And I beheld that they were white and exceedingly fair, like unto my people before they were slain. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, beheld that the Gentiles that gone forth out of captivity. See, people see that white right there, right? They think that's talking about skin. No, when the Bible speaks in the scripture to being white, it's talking about you being pure, having a no. It's sometimes with lepers, Bible just says lepers. It don't say white. When it's talking about made white and like that, it's talking about you being a pure soul or having white garments or you being clean.
Okay.
It don't mean white skin. That's one of the things like I explained last week when we didn't know Hebrew words, what they meant. When I was in my Pan-Africanism, when you say you must be made white, you must be made clean, nigga, that's telling you got to be white to be saved. So we would stay away from the Bible because we thought that was a word play to make white seem a superior and black seem inferior, but it don't mean that. It means for your spirit to be washed clean or you wearing white garments or being clean. That's what it basically means. It doesn't mean.
And then how they changed that word lepers, because in the Bible also, it was meaning white skin.
Right, but you go to Hebrew definition. Yeah,
but you would think that lepers now, like you're disfigured, you have some kind of
words definitions change, man, over time. You know how they do it now. They done, flip stuff and definitions ain't the same as they.
Yeah.
That's why we got to go back to the origins and do that's why we're doing now, right? We researching and digging in it.
All right.
Bam. Here we go.
And can you say what scripture you're on right now?
Oh, yes. Okay. This is
so
First
the audience
Nephi.
will know what you're reading.
Yes, this is from the Book of Mormon, First Nephi, chapter 13. I'm at verse 14. And it came to pass that I beheld many multitudes of the Gentiles upon the land of promise, and I beheld the wrath of God that it was upon the seed of my brethren, and they were scattered before the Gentiles and were smitten. And I beheld the Spirit of the Lord that it was upon the Gentiles, and they did prosper and obtain the land for their inheritance. And I beheld that they were white and exceedingly fair and beautiful like unto my people before they were slain. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, beheld that the Gentiles who had gone forth out of captivity did humble themselves before the Lord, and the power of the Lord was with them. And I beheld that their mother Gentiles were gathered together upon the waters and upon the land also to battle against them. And I beheld that the power of God was with them. And so this is when, first when Spain came here, they came for the church that sent them, Prince Isabella and all them. So once Columbus and them came, it's telling you right there, once they came, then all the other Gentiles started coming. That's when they started having the wars, Britain and all them fighting over in England, fighting over America. That's what this is talking about right here. And I beheld that their mother Gentiles were gathered together upon the waters and upon the land also to battle against them. And I also beheld that the power of God was with them. And it also that the wrath of God was upon all those that were gathered together against them to battle. And I, Nephi, beheld that the Gentiles that had gone out of the captivity were delivered by the power of God out of the hands of all other nations. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, beheld that they did prosper in the land, and I beheld a book, and it was carried forth among them. And the angel said unto me, Knowest thou the meaning of the book? And I said unto him, I know not. And he said, Behold, it proceedeth out of the mouth of a Jew. And I, Nephi, beheld it. And he said unto me, The book that thou beholdest is a record of the Jews, which contained the covenant of the Lord, which he had made unto the house of Israel, and also containeth many of the prophecies of the holy prophets, and is a record like unto the engravings which are upon the plates of brass, save there are not so many. Nevertheless, they contain the covenants of the Lord, which he hath made unto the house of Israel, wherefore they are of great worth unto the Gentiles. That's why you look at some of our books, they're up to $500,000 to get some of our books and stuff like that, because that's valuable information. It says the books of our great worth unto the Gentiles. That's why they were taken out. so he could keep rule over us. And the angel of the Lord said unto me, that thou beheldest that the book proceeded forth from the mouth of a Jew. When it proceeded forth from the mouth of a Jew, it contained the fullness of the gospel of the Lord, of whom the 12 apostles bear record. And they bear record according to the truth which is in the Lamb of God. Wherefore these things go forth from the Jews in purity unto the Gentiles, according to the truth which is in God. And after they go forth by the hand of the 12 apostles of the Lamb from the Jews unto the Gentiles, so boom, this is taken over the Bible. When Christ says, now to go unto the Gentiles and preach, so this is covering that. When they went to the Gentiles, this is when the Gentile rule came, the apostasy came, the Gentiles came and ruled. And it's going to cover all that right now. Because Christ told
and this is when he went to the, now when they're saying Gentiles, are they talking about the Hellenists or they're talking about the other nations?
They're talking about other nations, man.
All nations, okay,
Yeah,
other than Israel.
Yeah.
Okay,
he
now
went to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He went to the lost. He said, I went to the lost house of Israel first, and then he went to the nations.
Okay, now for my listeners, say if they're just coming in right now, can you explain pretty much in a quick nutshell on what you just read, what we just went over with your reading for my listeners that's just coming in and didn't catch that?
Oh, about the Gentiles you were saying?
Like, what are you reading to us? What are you explaining?
What I'm reading right now.
For my listeners that's just coming in.
Okay. I'm expounding on, because I read from the book, The 10 Tribes of Israel by Timothy R. Jenkins, how the Native Americans said that the Bible was the book that the white man has was once their book, and by them breaking God's laws, God gave the book to the white man, and now they prosper and such and such like that. So I was going to the Book of Mormon, reading, showing where it's kind of expounding on what the Indians said, how the white man came here with this book, and it was once our book, it was the book of a Jew, and how they removed all these books. And you can look, like I said, you can read the Bible, and there's so many books mentioned in the book of Edo the prophet, the book of Nathan the prophet, the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the book of Gad the seer, the book of Nathan the seer. There's so many books. There's
well, with that being said, when you were reading, you said that it was talking about, okay, now this book is older than Christopher Columbus, Queen Isabella, right?
Right.
So when it was talking about Christopher Columbus and the fighting that they did, now was that a prophecy?
That's prophecy.
Okay.
That's like I said, you're right, because the Bible covers. I mean, the Hebrew. I would just say the Hebraic scriptures, man. It covers everything, because people can say Bible, whatever, but it's beyond the 66 books we see today. Like I said, Enoch. The book of Enoch is the oldest written text on the planet Earth if it once does the research. I know we don't want to go into all that right now, but I'll bring that information out at some point in time. Like I said, I'll just put the book up here for people if they want to get the book, they can get it. And I just saw that joke. Here it is. Here's one of them here.
Okay, what is that? What's the author of this book?
Lost Pillars of Enoch, When Science and Religion Were One, by Tobias Churton. And let me get the other one. Get those books and read for yourself.
Okay, it's talking about the same thing you just read. Is that why you're referring these books right now?
Well, it ties in. Well,
it all ties in.
Oh, it all ties into it.
Okay, from what you read. Okay,
yeah. Okay, but
got you.
Okay, the other book, I'll just give you the name right here from this, from my library, because the book is not right here. But it's The Lost Scriptures of Giza and Enoch: The Origins of the World's Oldest Text. That's the name of the book. Let me get the author.
Go ahead. Art.
I'm gonna get the author of the book.
Okay.
Because I want to always give people the author of the book.
Also, for my viewers out there, please give us thumbs up, subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Bringing this information out to you to wake our people up. Please hit that like button, subscribe. And Mr. 365 and Mr. AG the Dad, with what you guys are hearing, do you have anything to say, or are you just kicking it, listening? You guys have any reverbers on anything?
No, man, I'm over here taking notes, man. I'm taking notes, and I learned you should be swift to listen and slow to speak, man.
Right, I know that's right. 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's
Mhm.
right. Okay.
You know,
Check on my
I do.
brothers real quick.
I do have a question, Brother
Yeah.
Malcolm. You were talking about apocalypto.
Word.
What was the message you wanted to talk about with that?
Well, because that's kind of we're gonna kind of get off of it, but it's this kind of history of it ties into the Bible, how the 10 tribes came here, second Esdras. And when you see the movie Apocalypto, when they first came into the movie, they were all harmonious, everybody was at peace together with each other, right? All the tribes and everything was prosperous. Then all of a sudden, niggas start doing human sacrifice and killing each other, right? So that's just going into when the 10 tribes started breaking God's commandments. And when you go into the Aztec records, it speaks of all that too. The Aztec records tell you that their downfall was, and them going into the condition, was wood and stone. That's a Bible reference. Wood and stone means idol worship. And this is from the Aztec records. They said this. Wood and stone was the reason for their downfall. For them, that's idol worship. So basically, that's what I kind of lost myself right there. Ask me the question again. Say it again right there so I could.
Well, I have a question about. I want
to answer
idol worship.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was basically about.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, right. Yeah, boom. So bam, they started doing that, killing the people that were doing human sacrifice, like cutting niggas' heads off, rolling downstairs. And at the end of the movie, right, you'll see where they were chasing the one guy, right, that they had took captivity, and had his wife down in the ditch and all that stuff, right?
Almost. When they were chasing, almost.
Well, they did chase him, but they didn't catch him.
Yeah, almost. His name was Almost.
Oh, his name was Almost. Okay.
Almost.
You know, when he was chasing my dogs down the alleyway, you know.
No, when the one dude,
his name is Almost.
No, it said almost because he almost made it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that one dude said that to him, huh?
Yeah, he said almost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I was like, okay, cool.
So you'll see, boom. When in that movie, you'll see, right? All of a sudden, they start warring and stuff, having these wars with each other and stuff, doing human sacrifice and stuff. And then you'll see at the end of the movie when they were chasing them, those ships arrived, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even care about him no more. They let him go. And guess what? He got more scared when he saw that ship and went and got his people, his kids, and left, because he knew through prophecy that was the captivity of his people coming. The Spaniards was coming, but God said he was going to give his people up to the disillusion and basically a foul mind for them to go straight into captivity. So they forgot through their own legend that Quetzalcoatl was really, because it's written right here, Quetzalcoatl was a black bearded man and came in white garments, but they seen him coming in ships because Quetzalcoatl was prophesied to come in ships. But they came speaking Spanish, coming ship. They was white men with beards, and so them guys walked over there to the slaughter. The other guys seen and knew that was prophecy being fulfilled. Why was he mesmerized like them? Because they stopped chasing him. They thought that was Quetzalcoatl. They went over there to get slaughtered. And the other dude knew prophecy. Nigga, that's our captivity finna come. He went, guys, wife him and got the fuck on. Oops, excuse my language.
Yeah.
They put everything from the movies in front of us, dog. Everything is
just like I watched Black Panther. Hey, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I just seen that Black Panther movie. And if you woke, if you're woke, what was you saying?
I was.
Man, I don't want to give up no spoilers, but the history is in it. And if you're woke, you're going to see a story played over in history. And you're gonna hear it. You're gonna see when you're seeing the movie. You're gonna be like, "Wow, they put that in the movie." They being honest about that. But there's one thing that I really want to have a real deep discussion about this movie, but I don't want to do a spoiler yet. I'm just trying to wait a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you this: I loved Avatar, and that was like that. When you watch Avatar, that was pretty much plagiarized from the Bible, pretty much. You know, them coming to steal land and their natural resources, what the colonizers do. They, that was all in Avatar. This one right here, I could say that this was one of the best movies I've ever seen. It was deep. I want to talk about it, but you guys have to go see it for me to talk about it. I'm not spoiling shit.
So we're gonna talk about it in 2 weeks.
Stuff in the first one too. In the first one, they was wearing the fringes, the tzitzits, and they were speaking Hebrew stuff and everything.
Well, they said they was the chosen people. They had the chariots, Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was the best movie I've ever seen. was that. I'm serious, man. You're gonna enjoy it. Go support it. Go support it. But yeah, back to the lesson. Well, was that it?
Yeah, he asked the question.
AG the dad.
I just was curious because I seen the movie, so I was like, well, let me see what
Damn near all the movies in Hollywood have a biblical breakdown. Damn near all of them.
I want to talk about it. Hey, since you've seen the movie, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm not gonna spoil it.
I haven't seen the second one.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but you've seen the second one, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you said you've seen it. Okay,
I'm
well
talking
then
about Apocalypto. That movie I seen. I will be seeing Wakanda Forever.
Hey, you got to see that, and we got to talk about that, bro.
So in 2 weeks we're gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the movie, but I'm a little upset about it. But we'll talk about that.
Have you seen Apocalypto?
You know what? I've seen like maybe like an hour of it. Like I haven't seen the whole movie through.
Watch that movie, and in 3 weeks we're gonna talk about that one. We'll bring Brother Malcolm back, and we'll talk about that one and break that movie down.
Hey, we need to start doing that and then talk about it.
You know what? Let's start breaking down some of these movies. You know what? I'm definitely intrigued about maybe watching that movie Negroes to Heroes. I mean Negroes to Hebrews. Hebrews to Negroes. Just
definitely
because I want to see what all the buzz is about, all the uproar, and just see. Because for me, if it's truly talking about history, I just want to know. I just want to see it. I'm not taking a stance either way. I just want to know what is it that's making everybody upset about it. I mean, Brother Malcolm, you know anything about this book?
The
movie.
Hebrews and Negroes?
The movie.
Hebrews and Negroes?
The second one. The second
I haven't seen the second one. I haven't seen that one. I've seen the first one, and I got the first one. I have seen the first one. I got the first book. I haven't seen the second.
So the first one, what was it about?
We all have time to watch it. We watch it.
It's just basically
it's
bringing out Hebraic history, man, showing that we the real Jews, and I didn't see anything anti-Semitic in there. The only thing I've ever heard them say, but a lot of people say, is that they just don't believe that many people were killed. They never said the Holocaust didn't happen. People just question the numbers, just like I'm sure they skew the at first how they skewed the transatlantic slave trade numbers of trying to make it seem like it wasn't that many people when it was way more than it really was. You know what I mean? So
when we're talking about Deuteronomy, is it 28 verse 68 or 68 verse 28?
Well, the whole chapter is from
28. It's 28 verse 68. Now, okay, you say you say you're an Israelite. Do you claim what tribe you're from? Do you say you're from a certain tribe, or you just say you're Israel?
I'm Israel, but if you go according to history, man, we know that the 10 tribes, according to the Bible, that the 10 tribes left after the Syrian captivity. They told you the Bible says the 10 have gone, only 2 remain. Only 2 left. The 2 was Benjamin and Judah, and a portion of Levi. So the kingdom that we came from, if my grandmother and my family tell me that we come from the Zulu tribe and people like that. We know we came on ships. So some people's already here. We know that. But some people did come. Yeah. Some people did come on ships. I mean, some people's already here because we was already. Obviously, I just read it. We was already here. The scripture say we was the first people came here. It's pitch black, like by the sun, right? So
you know what? The reason why I asked that is because in the Hebrew Israelite movement here, people waking up to who they are, or whatnot. A lot of people say, well, if you're black here, you're Judah. You're Judah. They just said, you
not
black?
Necessarily.
Okay, I'm saying in majority of the camps, they're like, oh, you black? Okay, you Judah. And it's like, it's black. Hold on, let me finish saying what I'm saying real quick.
Okay.
Now, if they seeing black people, they're saying, oh, you Judah, or oh, you're Haitian, oh, you're Levi, oh, you're this, oh, you're Benjamin. Now, the thing I have a problem with that is that blacks already so-called, I'm gonna say so-called blacks because that's a color. That is not a
Negroes.
So
say Negroes.
Negroes, well, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, but we've been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years,
thousands,
even thousands of years. So for you to say, oh, okay, not you, but people say, oh, you're Judah. Well, I would say that the people that's been here, we would be from the northern tribe. But a lot of people say, oh, no, the so-called Hispanics, they're from the northern tribe.
They both could be, though, because you go to these places, it's dark and light people, just like shit. And some Negroes family they have right here is dark and light people. But you go down in Mexico, it's this great thing you can watch. It's called the Black Grandmother in the Closet. And it goes into the
right.
And it shows you that these people are all the same people, man. You go into even to the black village where it's the Afro-Americans, you'll see Mexicans that look like the regular Mexicans. That's part of their family, came from the same black mother's womb and father's womb, dog, in the same family.
Well, I would say, like in the Bible, how they say, we're spread out to the four corners of the earth, right? And in every society, we're the smallest in every society. So if I would say a so-called Hispanic or a so-called Mexican or Aztec is a Hebrew Israelite, can't really say that because in Mexico they have
nothing poor as hell
in Mexico. Now, hold on. They have black people in Mexico in a certain part in the mountains that they just got their citizenship. Now, if you go down to South America, you have your black community there, and then you have the other so-called Indians. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I could say, oh, they're all from this tribe or they're all that.
But you can't say they aren't either. You know what I mean? Nobody knows.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that.
The Lord.
When you talk about the Bible, you talk about the Bible and it says you are the seed of your father, when it comes to a lot of so-called Mexican people, their father would be Spaniards.
No.
And we talked about the Mesmer.
But no, when you read history and prophecy, no, it wasn't, because prophecy tell you that he's going to give them miscarrying wounds in the dry breast, that they would not bring forth babies by the Gentiles. And you read the history of the Aztecs and Ephraim, who are the Puerto Rican people, you read in their history that their women really had dry breasts, dog, and them babies would not come out, and they would abort them, or the babies would just die. And this is written in scripture. This is real history from their history, matching up exactly with scripture, that they had miscarrying wombs and dry breasts, so they didn't bring forth a bunch of babies. Of course, some of them mixed, just like some Negroes are mixed.
Well, but when you look at the majority of so-called Mexican or Hispanic, they're more light skinned. They more look like Spaniards.
No.
Yes.
No, not the majority. I grew up.
I mean, it's.
Hey, come on, man. I grew up in the hood, man. I grew up in the hood with Mexicans.
Hey, I would say the majority.
The ones I grew up with was brown and looked like. Nigga, the ones I grew up look like Mexicans, look like Indians. The ones I grew up with, they look like white people. Right. They look like they were brown skin. They don't look like white people. It's niggas. Just they got dark skin. That has like, I don't have real big lips, but I have a negroid nose. Like my wife has kind of a white people's nose, but big lips, because all features come from us. So all niggas don't got big lips and big noses. So why they expect the Native Americans, they gotta have big noses, big lips? They don't grow beards. There's some niggas that don't grow beards. I mean, shit. Where everybody go? Where y'all at?
Yeah. I was just because I got this like violation notice.
Really?
Yeah. And
I was in the middle of talking to him, and he left.
That dude crazy.
I was in the middle of talking to him, and he left and shit.
Difficulties. Hey, man.
But we babies in this. We gonna get it together. We gonna get the structure and the format down. It's just information got to come forth no matter what. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's gonna get better. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. I ain't worried. Nigga, we reach. It's like, excuse my language, this is like a salesman job. Nigga, if I get one, I'm happy. If I got two, you know what I mean? Nigga, shit, I got my commission off the couple of nigga, you know what I mean? The Lord looking down on me, because the scripture tell you 2/3 gonna perish anyway. Only 1/3, which is like the nation, that 5% is gonna get it. 85 are gonna perish, man. Because they're not gonna reject the knowledge, they're gonna reject the truth, and it's to their demise. It's gonna be too late when the chariots come down. It's gonna be too late.
Right.
It's too late. They're gonna say, "Oh shit, he's back and he's black." Oh shit, he's back and he's black.
You know.
But yeah, man. I try to do much research, man, and I try to be able to answer the main questions I can. And if I don't know, I want to research. Give me the information, because that's the time I love to read and I like to find out. Because if I don't know, I want to know. Right.
So what about the Incas and the Aztecs? You know how they have the Aztec calendars and all that.
Yeah, that stems from Enoch. That's why it goes off 144,000 on the cycles. The Egyptian step pyramids. That's why they have 144 steps, because Enoch built all that stuff. Is responsible for that. I have a book that book I told you, Enoch, the the Giza scriptures in the whatever the one I told you, the Giza scriptures,
Right.
Enoch, the origins of the world, oldest text. Yeah, Enoch, the writing, the Egyptians tell you when they got there, those pyramids were already there. They were there before the flood. The Sphinx was there before the flood. They didn't build it. They couldn't understand the writing on the walls. The Egyptians said that themselves. And there's pillars there. And the Egyptians tell you that Edomites were responsible for building that. Josephus also says that. Other historians say that. I mean, people, it's like, that's how you know this Bible is real, my nigga. Because people bring up other kind of history. People accept that shit. I could bring tons of solid evidence, tons of stuff, and niggas are still questioning. Any other thing they jump on it quick. Yeah, man. With little evidence. I can go for days with this, dog. I can go for hours.
So the Book of Mormon. Look at
the name, the Book of Mormon.
So are you
The
saying
Book of the Moor? The Book of the Moor.
So the Mormons that walk around that
They
knock
are
on the
good.
door.
Yeah, they got our book. Just Christianity has our book.
So are you saying, because, and I'm not certain of this, but I just don't know of very many Black Mormons.
Because we're not Mormons. We're not Mormons, no. What we're saying is the book is our book. Their religion is false. Just like Christianity is false, that's our book that they have. The things that they practice in Christianity is nowhere in the Bible, except for, being kind and loving and having a good spirit. Christians do have that, but that's, they, like God says, my people, they love me, they have the spirit, but not according to knowledge. They have great spirits. They help their fellow brother in most cases, but not according to truth. They don't have the truth, and they're not practicing the spirit and truth. Christmas ain't nowhere in the Bible. Easter ain't nowhere in the Bible. They be saying, what would Jesus do? Jesus would tell you the truth about what that stuff was and point you in the right direction. He wouldn't tell you. I don't think, in my opinion, just go ahead and keep practicing pagan stuff. Of course, I grant you grace. You know what I mean? You get grace, but this is what Jesus would do. He'd tell them what's wrong with that. He wouldn't just say, come have Halloween inside the church and put your goblin mask on and worship the devil in here. No, he wouldn't do that. That's just real. He'd turn the damn tables over. That's what he'd do.
So Thanksgiving shouldn't be celebrated? Is that what your opinion is?
In my opinion, to no one, right? If you care about your fellow brother or your mankind, right? That's like celebrating the Jewish Holocaust, my nigga. What happened on Thanksgiving? Negroes and Indians were getting their heads cut off and kicked like footballs, nigga. Land was being taken. No one who cares about their fellow human, in my opinion, should celebrate that. That's like us celebrating the Holocaust. That was a Holocaust that happened. The Holocaust is still taking place. The Negro and Native American.
Native American.
Yeah, that's transatlantic slave trade, because the Native Americans were on their ships before us, and we joined in, but we were on them ships together. They were part of transatlantic slave trade. That's a Holocaust that was being celebrated, my nigga. Straight up. That's what's being celebrated. The death and murder of a people and the taking of a land. Come on, man. Nobody should celebrate that. I'm not going to celebrate nothing like that. No, dog. Regardless of what black say, we did that. We did. No, I'm not going to celebrate it either, because Jaja wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? Even when he said this, like, goes, when he had him go clean the land, they didn't have a celebration and shit afterward in a day for it. Killed the Canaanite day. Did shit Thanksgiving for the land? They didn't do that.
What do you say to atheists?
Man, shit, you better accept Jesus Christ. That's what I'm gonna say, because this shit is real. Excuse my language, but it is real. I'm prophecy fulfilled. Like the scripture says, he's gonna pour the spirit upon his people in the land of their captivity for the wake up. I didn't believe in the Bible or none of that. Nobody taught me I was an Israelite. Nothing. The spirit was poured upon me. I got into the Bible and read it. Me and my cousin Rico, because my baby mom, my wife now, she's the one brought the, possibly Lord used her as a vessel to bring that to me. And she didn't necessarily tell me what it was like she was saying, but I really wasn't hearing it because I was Muslim at the time. But she showed me that video, the Illuminati blood sacrifice in Hollywood, and the brother Yash Kara was going and he was using the scriptures. And the scripture was pointing out everything that was going on, dog, how these niggas speak with their eyes and lift their pants leg up and do all this shit. And I'm like, man, I done read the Quran, I done read the Medu Netter, I done read the Egyptian book, did all this stuff. Ain't none of these books prophesying doing none, ain't got no prophecies in them really. And none of these books ain't doing this. So they say the Bible was our book and it was taken and flipped or whatever, which it kind of was. And so it said King James is a white homosexual, which he's not. He's a black Moor from the tribe of Judah. So I'm saying,
wait.
Yeah, that's
so
deep. That's deep right there.
So how they said that King James was,
that's what I was taught in Islam back in the days.
was
White
a-
homosexual.
and a child molester or something
All
like
that.
that, right?
Yeah.
That was from
Wait.
his.
So
Oh,
wait,
go
wait.
ahead.
So my question is all that a lie?
Yes.
And he is a black man,
From the
a
tribe
Moor.
of Judah.
and he did nothing but positive,
Yes.
but they're trying to cloud his image.
Well, I don't know about that. There is a lot of pictures of him, but then again, look what they did.
Come on, man. Let's go to the
Hey,
older images.
Hold
Let's go
on,
to the
wait a
older
minute,
images.
wait a minute.
Because you know about the Renaissance. Come on now.
Hey, we just have to do the research. You guys
I've done
do
it
your
for- I've done
research.
it for you.
Hold on. Hold your horses, DMX. We're gonna get there in a minute, son. For the mother. Okay, give me a minute. He said King James was a black man. Okay. He was the king of, was it Scotland or
England, Scotland and England. And Scotland and England. Then he wrote of two places at one time. Scotland, England, I believe it was France, but
I think it was three. Everybody out there,
his son was known as
do your research. Do your research, everybody out there.
sorry, Slaki. I said Slaki, my bad. I said sorry.
Look, man, everybody out there, he just said King James was a black man that ruled Europe. Do your homework out there. Do your homework. He stands on that. Just do your homework.
Here's my question is, if King James was a black man and he was the king of England, Scotland, Europe, the European area, and us, as what they've taught us in history is, for the most part, everything out of history, in history out of Europe was
Lies.
Right.
Renaissance. When they start whitewashing the images and everything, the Renaissance means the rebirth of the Roman Empire. So what do they do? Whitewash the images, but history and the older images going to the cathedrals and stuff in Russia and all these black images of all.
What's the name of that book?
Negro Rulers of Scotland and the British Isle, Dr. John L. Johnson.
And I want everybody to go do your research.
Absolutely.
I've heard that before.
There's actual
The
images.
pictures, I've heard that before. They have pictures of his family line, his sister, his mother, so I mean, go out there, just do the research,
His son was known as the Black Boy.
Do your research on that. Like I said, people, do your research. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he isn't. It's on you to go do the research. You heard it from Brother Malcolm. Go do your research.
He is, God damn it.
That's what he said. That's his story. That's the name of this. His story.
No, it ain't.
Do
My
your
story.
research.
It ain't my story. It's story.
Well, you said it is. You
well, it's not my
co-signed it.
story.
So, hey,
Well, it's not
that's
my
his
story.
story.
It's
He stands
It's
on
from
it.
our ancestors, and I'm just reading it out. That's what it is. I'm just reading.
I don't know about my ancestor.
Well, are you? Was your ancestors Moors? Were your ancestors Moors?
Huh?
Were your ancestors Moors?
All I know, my ancestors have tribal names: Cherokee, Seminole, Choctaw.
What language do they speak?
I've traced my history back to 1752, and some of my people came up from Barbados. They were Seminoles.
Yeah.
So
Seminoles.
that's as far as I know of my history.
Seminoles have,
We've owned tobacco. We still have a tobacco farm in North Carolina. I don't know if we came over here on slave ships. From my research of my people, we've been here.
No, but guess what? Yeah, you've been here. We've been here, but guess what? The crew that was here was going on ships too. It started here. They went and took them to Europe and down in Africa. It was a triangular.
Well, the slave trade started Tainos going to Europe.
Right.
As
Exactly.
far as the Atlantic slave
Yeah,
trade.
and it went down into Europe and down in Africa to Iberian Peninsula. Who was in the Iberian Peninsula?
Well, we got the Dutch slave trade. It was multiple as corporations, man.
Right.
It was all the nations coming against
America,
Israel.
the corporation.
It was all the nations
Yep.
coming against Israel, as the Bible said. They all were complicit in our captivity, and you'll see they all had slave ports. Only people left to be the Jews is the people that went on the ships, because the Bible said all nations gonna take us into captivity. But all the nations had the ships that we was on. So only people that was on the ships was us and the Native Americans. Like, so who else is the damn Jews? Ain't nobody left. They own the ships.
I have a question from Mr.
Ain't nobody left. You wanna make up some more
365.
people, unless you want to create some more people, but
Right.
ain't nobody left but us.
I have a question for you, Mr. 365.
Yes,
What
sir.
is your background when it comes to religion? Do you have a religion? Do you have a belief? Like, what is your background when it comes to that? Do
Islam.
you know
man.
your family history?
No, I really don't. Okay, well, to answer the religion, Islam. I mean, but I read the Quran and the Bible. I feel like I'm a late starter because I was just woke late. You know. No, I don't really know a lot of my family history. And, of course, we got some Indian in one side, but I still wear the name of a slave master, just like a lot of us. So,
Right. Right. Yeah, man. Do your research, brother. It's a beautiful thing. You're gonna learn so.
Look up the research of the slave master's name. I mean, Pennington stands for structure. Structure, fort. You know, we have our own little land out there in Scotland. Of course, Chauncey represents luck. So, you know.
I'm gonna say something. A lot of us think that we have slave names. Actually, our Moorish names that we brought over from Europe.
Right.
Because guess what? Slavery was a corporation, like you said, correct? When you read
Right.
history, they knew what families they were taking into slavery. They were going to their homes, seizing their goods, auctioning their stuff off. They knew who they had, my nigga. This was not just some random thing. They just going grabbing random niggas. No, they knew we were Jews. They knew who they were. They knew we broke them laws. They knew that they fit the curses of Deuteronomy. Your ass going to shit. So, yeah, God did this to us. Jesus did this to us. What the
Well,
Jews
you know, next time, let him finish what he was saying before.
Oh, my
you
bad. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Jump in.
Hey, and speaking of jumping in, we got a couple minutes left, so I'm gonna give everybody 60 seconds.
Well,
to say
you know, I still got my my.
60 seconds. Then this is your chance right now.
Okay, y'all ready? This is for everybody. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, this is for everybody. Quick answers. Let me pull it up. This is for everybody. We about to play a man cave game. All right, y'all. Harlem Nights or Hoodlum?
Harlem Nights.
Nights.
Because the comedy involved in it was a.
Yeah. you
All right.
gonna shot me in my pinky toe.
There's too many legends.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Okay. We got Martin or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Martin, come on, get out of here.
Martin.
Hey, you
Marty.
know. Okay.
Mar.
You know that was the best sitcom on TV. Still is.
Right.
Okay. Chris Brown or Usher?
Usher.
Yeah, Usher. A-Town down, man. You know.
Right.
Chris is
Okay.
the shit,
Joe Frazier or Muhammad Ali?
Man, if you don't stop playing, man. Get out. Why you
That was a wasted question.
Hey, you know, you never know. Chitlins or hog maws? Mr. 365?
now? You're gonna swell your ankles up.
Who said man?
They're gonna swell your ankles up.
Oh man.
Well, excuse me. I'd like to answer that.
What's up?
I definitely ain't fucking with the excuse the language. I'm not messing with the chitlins, but hogmaw, I've had it before. So,
Oh, okay.
you know, I've had them both.
I'm about to say you a booty eater?
No, once I found
You a
out,
bottom feeder?
let me tell you, true story, and I'll try to make it real quick.
Oh
So,
shit!
I
Here
was
we
getting off-
go.
I was getting off the bus when I was a little kid, and I was really excited about getting off the bus. And the kids were like, "Why are you so excited?" I said, "Man, my auntie and my mom are making chitlins. I can't wait to get home and eat it." And they're like, "You eat chitlins?" And I was like, "Yeah." They said, "I said why?" They said, "You know what it is?" I said, "Pork." They said, "Yeah, but what part?" And I said, "I don't know." They said, "Tomorrow we're gonna ask you if you like it, so find out." So when I walk in, I'm not as excited as I was like I normally am when I'm coming home to eat chitlins, because chitlins is good if it's done right. But anyway, I walk in, I say, "Hey mom, what's chitlins?" She says, "Pork." I said, "No, what part of the pig?" And my auntie starts laughing, and she said, "The butthole and all the stuff that the doo-doo goes through." And after that, I was done. Chitlins was out of the question.
Bottom feeder, boo boo eater. Your
Whatever.
mustache smell like boo boo.
Yo,
good thing
yo,
me and
Oh,
you
I
ain't
got
never
another one. He took all my time with his story. Hold on. Fried fish or fried chicken?
fish.
man, that depends.
Yeah,
Man,
I
you
gotta
tripping.
opt out. I gotta opt out of that one too, bro. I don't.
That's a
I
tie,
don't-
nigga. That's a tie right
I
there.
eat bait. Right. I mean, if I'd rather choose fish over the fried chicken, but I'd rather have it baked. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know.
Word.
The wiser you get, the wiser decisions you make.
Right.
Bernie Mac or Robert Harris?
Bernie Mac.
Ooh.
Bernie because
Bernie.
Bernie was longer. Robert Harrison lived so long, so we don't know what he could have did.
Yeah, but he had a lot of influence, man. He had a lot of influence.
Yes, he did.
He just was taken too soon.
Yeah, Bernie Mac was getting a lot of his stuff from Robin. Okay, here we go. Chris Tucker or Cat Williams?
Chris Tucker.
Cat for me.
Um,
I like
I say
Cat.
cat, but I don't know that cat.
Chris Tucker, the way he could just start talking to you and you'll crack up
Yeah,
because his voice. He a fool.
yeah.
I just
Hey,
like
man, I can't. Yeah, man.
I just
just
like
hey.
the comedy of the woke comedy,
Yeah,
you know.
cat.
But Chris Tucker's a damn fool.
Yeah, he's a fool. Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
80s baby, so you know what I'm saying. I grew up on Chris Tucker.
Chris.
You know, Mo Money. Or was that?
That's my favorite of him. Mo Money
Well,
or Money Talks.
Money Talks. My bad. You knew
That's
what I
my
was saying.
favorite.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Money
that's my favorite.
Hey, yo.
Okay, 68. Huh?
Just before we go, when we get done with this, there's this one.
Hold
thing
on,
I
let
need-
me finish these
Okay.
questions.
I just wanted to make sure I said that to you because I didn't want to make sure I could do it after.
yeah, you go
Okay,
get
look.
place them.
We good. You good? Don't
Okay,
trip.
okay.
68 Cutlass 442 or a 68 Pontiac GTO.
Cutlass, I'm going Cutlass. 442.
Cutlass.
PTO.
GTO, that's
But-
a hard one right
But
there.
he said the
Not for
442
me.
though.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Cutlass 442.
442.
Oh yeah. I still
Yeah.
think that GTO is probably worth more though.
Well, I'm done with my questions. Go ahead, Malcolm. What you got? What you got?
I forgot to read this part. Just one thing I just wanted to read from this book, the Annals of the, I don't know how to pronounce this word, the Annals of the Quechels, the origin. Just get out of the Annals of
Hey,
the
we do
Quechels,
bloopers. It's all love. Don't trip.
Yeah.
the original text with a translation and notes, introduction. This is the Annals of the Quechels. So this is how do you pronounce this word, the Quechel tales or whatever. But this is the Aztec Mayan records. So, but I'm gonna go into it because it's easier to find it right here. The page. I
Okay,
didn't
that
highlight it.
book. Hold on. That book that you just showed us is the Aztec Mayan records. You
Yes,
said.
yes.
Okay, got you. Okay, what's the next one?
And this is I'm just gonna read from that book, but it's easier to read it from right here because it's small writing. And plus, I didn't highlight it.
How
so
much reading you gonna do, Malcolm?
Nothing. Just this.
Because you know
this
we
is
kind of
paragraph.
out of time.
And I'm just reading this paragraph because I was supposed to read it.
Okay, got you. Go on, get
we
it.
got off a
You
bit.
got it.
We got off a bit, so I just want to read this because I was
Okay.
going to tell you from there where who they said they were, right? So in the Annals of the Quechicos, the lords of the Totonacapan, we find a direct reference to the racial origins of the kings and nobles who led and governed the Maya in the New World. These then were the three nations of the Queches. The Quech, whatever this word is, the Cauecs. The great house and the Lord Queches, and they came from where the sun rises, the descendants of Israel, of the same language and of the same customs. When they arrived at the edge of the Red Sea, Balaam Quetze, a native title for one of a religious office, touched it with his staff, and at once a path opened, which then closed up again. For thus the great God wished it to be done, because they were the sons of Abraham and Jacob. So it was that those three nations passed through, and with them 13 others called Volcomeg. We have written that by which tradition our ancestors told us, who came from the other part of the sea, who came from Sivan to Long, bordering Babylonia. Translated by Dele Gotes, University of Oklahoma Press, 1953, page 170. So that's on page 170 of this book that you can find at where the Aztecs themselves said the sons of Jacob, they come from the sunrise, they from the land of Israel. And this is the Aztecs saying it themselves. Like I said, they said the reason that the empire fell was due because of wood and stone. Idol worship, that's Bible reference.
Right.
All the nations worship idols. So why would they say that they fell because of those? Only a Hebrew's going to say that.
Would you say that's an idol around your neck?
No, because this is the Hebrew Tav. People don't know the mystery of the cross. Yes, that's why you see the cross in Africa and in Aztec culture. It's the letter Tav of the Hebrew alphabet.
That's
what
dope.
it is.
And you know what? With that said, Brother Malcolm dropping this knowledge, free knowledge for y'all. Everybody, do your research. Hope you like the video. We got Mr. 365. Thank you for coming through, my brother.
Pleasure was mine, man. I appreciate you for having me. Looking forward to re-linking up, man, and building. You know?
No doubt.
Shout out to my nigga John Boy. Shout out to Favorite Right Society. Shout out to Pick Your Own Cotton, my cousin's gear. I still ain't got my
gear
shirt,
coming
nigga.
back
I'm
out.
out there about my shirt.
Cotton.
I want my shirt, nigga.
Right
With
on.
that said, AG the dad was popping with you.
Well, Brother Malcolm, I appreciate you coming in.
Shout out to True
it's
Judah.
always, yeah, it's always interesting to learn something, or at least to hear something to make me think a little deeper and think outside the box with the whole reason why Shit Talking Sundays was started. I really appreciate you, Mr. 365.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Anytime, you're always welcomed in the studio. You know how it goes. Both of y'all have a standing welcome to Shit Talking Sundays. And Big Twizz, as always, his story in the man cave is always entertaining. So
You know it. Everybody thumbs up.
Yeah, if you haven't liked, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. I think you doing a big disfavor to everybody, including yourself. So, hey, I just want to say thank you to all the Shit Talking Sunday fans. Thank you, Big Twizz, Brother Malcolm, Brother 365. Check them out. Their information will be in the description link. And till next week, each one, teach one, reach one, teach one. Peace. I'm out.